going on, guys? Today we're going to be checking out an exercise that's actually one of my personal favorites, entitled Pantera. So the first thing I want to mention about this exercise is that it's really easy to look at and think that it'll be easy to play quick. Now the 30-second notes at the end of it, where it's like a single stroke roll, those will sneak up real fast on you if you're not careful. So when you start playing the exercise, really make sure that you pick a tempo that you'll know you'll be able to handle there at the end. The first couple measures are pretty basic in the sense that you'll be able to handle them at most moderate tempos. Anything above 110 is pretty quick with this one if you ask me. Another reason I really recommend starting with a slower tempo is because those left-hand Hertas might throw you off. I know when I started playing the left-handed Hertas with this exercise way back when, it really threw me for a loop. Now that you have a comfortable tempo picked out, let's start to focus on some quad-specific stuff. So the first thing to, of course, think about is the around pattern. Now, the split pattern I wrote for this really emphasizes the moving the side-to-side motion around the drums. So the first thing to point out with this is to really make sure that you're not rotating the shoulders. Just like with an 8 on a hand, you want to make sure that the shoulders are nice and square at the drums, because a little movement here will translate to a lot of movement out at your playing zones when you're wearing the drums. Another thing, make sure that you focus on the timing above all else. Yes, you do want to focus on your technique, but you should be playing this on one drum first, whether it be drum 1, 2, 3, or 4, doesn't matter, but make sure you get the timing down. Are your 30-second notes square? Is your 16th check pattern square? So speaking of the 16th check pattern, it might be a little tricky at first, but a really great way to get down the skeleton of this exercise is to take out all the 30-second notes. Now, the shoulder rotation thing, I know I'm going to sound like a broken record, and you're probably going to hear this on most of the quad science videos, but it is a really important aspect of being a good quad drummer. Now, the other reason for really making sure the shoulders are square, especially with Pantera, is that this is a quick exercise. The notes that you play on drums 3 and 4, there's usually, I think, about 3 at a time, and they're real quick, so you really want to make sure that you're going to be hitting that playing zone, or both those playing zones, perfectly where you should be every time. So some other checkpoints to think about, is your stick pattern vertical? Just like with on 8 on a hand, you want to make sure, because this exercise, it's all legato strokes, that's all it is, except we're manipulating them to a different rhythm. So with your legato strokes here on Pantera, you want to make sure, again, the stick pattern is straight up and down, your wrist angle, you want to make sure you have a solid wrist angle wherever, your hand angle needs to be. And on drums 3 and 4 especially, again, I go back to the point, you don't want to have a nice angle and then be tweaking your wrist out or playing over to the side like this or anything. again, I'd like to say, go ahead and grab your metronome, pair of sticks, drums and pad, and have fun with it.